Our story starts off with a single mother, Carly Tran, a new mother recovering from postpartum and a falling out with her estranged parents, and of course her baby, Amy Tran. These two had just moved out to a small cramped home in Mountain Komorebi, and Carly's plan was to move away and get away from all the toxicity and the drama, and she was going to provide for her child to have a better life. And she was going to do that, but she needed a job. So she got a job as a retail employee making absolutely next to nothing, but with the help of Alex Masaki, her baby daddy. That's how the mother-daughter duo was able to stay afloat for so long. Carly still has deep love for Alex. They've been high school sweethearts. He did get her pregnant, and when he found out that she was pregnant, he dropped all of his goals and ambition and just started to make money, illegally of course. And when Carly found out, as he tried to drag her into that mess to make more money for their child, she just had to step away, back away, and reassess the situation and realize that even though he's a good guy at heart, this was not something that she wanted and had envisioned for their child. But in the meantime, they are co-parenting and they are good friends. Just because he was a criminal did not mean that he was not a good dad, because one thing about Alex is that he loves Amy and that he will do anything in his power to protect and provide for her in the best way that he can. Alex and Carly are best friends even though they are broken up, and Alex kind of uses Carly as a buddy to talk about his love life with some random person named Maybelle Jenkins. And upon hearing these news that he is looking for a lover and he has a crush, so on and so on, Carly thought, you know what, it's time. She needs to go and move on with her life too. So she goes on a date with some random person on a dating app called Beck Lawson. And the date was okay. It wasn't the greatest, very forgettable, but clearly Carly was not ready to move on, and she knew that. Time passes and Amy has grown up to a kid. She's actually going to school for the first time. She's best friends with the neighbors' kids, and her parents could not be more happy for her. And this is when bad news started to come up. We get an email from the SimCity government saying that Alex has actually requested to stop paying child support because, get this, Carly was making more money than he was. Keeping in mind, Carly was a retail employee making next to nothing, barely being able to afford to pay rent. And she was somehow making enough money, more money actually, than Alex was. That's when a whole nother issue comes into play, and that's when Carly finds out that Alex is actually in deep financial issues. He's not feeling well, he's been down in the dumps because he's been trying to turn his life around, drop the criminal activities, and actually find a real paying job that is stable, but he's having a rough time, so he can no longer pay child support. Carly decides, you know what, she's gonna suck it up and she's going to get a better job than a retail employee, and she did. She lands a job in the education career as a substitute teacher. All was going well, but this is when I theorized, because of this bug, bad things were going to happen. Carly gets a phone call from Alex inviting her to the Love Festival, and of course she says yes. She's thinking, this is the moment, this is the time where we go here and he tells me he's ready to settle down, he's ready to be a father and a husband and or boyfriend, whatever it is that they want to be called. And she's excited, but then he kind of has to go use the bathroom, so she's just wandering around the festival, and she goes to the bar to get a drink, and that is where she meets Kyle Carlson, the bartender. They're talking, they're friendly, and they exchange numbers a little bit because, you know, their personalities are very similar and she wants to make new friends. And then Alex shows up and the date continues, and it's better than Carly has expected. They kiss, they're feeling each other, the loves or the sparks in the air, and of course they both say I love you, and it's so beautiful. It's everything that Carly has ever imagined how this moment would go. She's enjoying herself, and then Alex tells her, I'm going all in. Let's do it. Let's move in. And they move in together. But then a couple days after moving in was when Alex realizes he's ready to settle down. He's ready to be a good father and husband or fiance or whatever it is. He's ready for that, but not with Carly. Because in the back of his mind, he wanted someone else. Maybelle Jenkins. You see, Alex has a festering grudge against Carly, and Carly's deeply in love with him, and that just does not work out. So then, Alex does the right thing, and he sits them down and he tells them, I can no longer be with you, Carly. I want to be with someone else, and I hope you can understand. I hope that we can be friends, and I hope that my daughter does not resent me for leaving once again. And it absolutely breaks Carly's heart. Carly goes through a whirlwind of depression and emotions. She gets severely sick from this. And then on top of that, Alex says that he found a ring inside of Maybelle's bag. And he was asking his daughter if he should say yes or not. And this just further pushes the metaphorical knife into Carly's heart, and she becomes even more sick after this. But props to Amy, even though her home life was going through literal hell, she still somehow made it at the top of her class, getting A's in school, as if she was not affected by this. Time has passed, and Carly has eventually recovered from her illness. She's good. She just wants to go out and live life now. So she calls up a friend that she has hung out with before, and she says, you know what, let's go out and let's just go to the Spice Festival and see what's there. Let's just go. And they have a wonderful time together. They get along. I mean, they've hung out before, but this time it was different. There was a little bit of butterflies in her stomach, and she was feeling like she was blushing a lot, and it was just something about him that just made her feel giddy. It was different from the other times that they hung out, and I guess it was the drinks or the heat of the moment, but they kissed, and it was just a cute little peck at first, but then all of a sudden it turned into something passionate, and then there were sparks flying, fireworks. It was so much better than when she was kissing Alex. She's never felt these feelings before, and that passion turned into what felt like love. And of course, he asked her to move in, and of course she was a little hesitant, but then she says yes. Why not? Because there was something in her, a gut feeling, if you will. It was telling her, say yes. And she did. And they moved in together. Carly's life was great. She has a boyfriend that she's living with, and she's spending more time with her girlfriend. She's making new friends. And of course, this was all going really, really well. She sees her life going on and up and up. And then time passes, and it's Amy's birthday again, and this time she's a teenager, and she turns into a beautiful teenager, and she's doing great. She's still a daddy's girl. She still hangs out with her dad. She's still very close with both of her parents, and that's a good thing. And then Carly's and Kyle's relationship gets more serious, and so he proposes to her, and of course she says yes, and they find out that they're loyal to each other, and that's really all Carly wants, is someone to love her and be loyal to her and be ready to be there for her, and that's really all she wanted. And Kyle's providing that. So they pack up their stuff, they move out of Mountain Komorebi, and they move to a house, a very nice house, 2-story, a little cramped, but a nice house in San Sequia. And a little bit after moving into this house, the two lovebirds go and elope, and they get married. And it's a small, quaint, very quiet, very sudden thing to do instead of planning a whole wedding, but they used all their money to A, the honeymoon, and B, get the house. So they really just wanted a simple, let's sign the papers, let's take a photo, we're married, and this is her forever, and this is what she wants. Amy, on the other hand, is doing pretty well in high school. She's making friends, she's hanging out with people, and you know, being a teenager, it's all about making mistakes and learning from your mistakes, and she definitely has made quite a few mistakes. One of them being getting absolutely elevated in school. She comes home from school one day and her eyes are bloodshot red. She's elevated AF, and then to add salt to the wound, sis gets caught. So in order to make it up to her mother, she's just spending the day with her mom. She apologizes profusely for it and that she said she won't do it again, but we all know that she most likely will. She's just trying to live her life as a teenager, and her mom at first was mad, but she quickly got over it and was like, you know what, it's okay, it's fine, I'm not that angry about it. And of course, Amy is happy about this, and then a couple days later, it's prom. She's going out with her two best friends. She hangs out with a couple of the boys around there, and she meets a boy, a bad boy, and she invites him over while her mom and her stepdad, Kyle, are away on their honeymoon. Amy invites over a boy, and she tries to make a move on him, and he absolutely rejects her, which is very embarrassing, but also a lesson learned for her to not do that. In the meantime, Carly and Kyle wants to start a family together. They want to have a baby, and that means that they need to start trying for a baby. So they do. At first, I thought it was going to be easy, but then again, trying to have a baby is never really as easy as it seems. So she tries and she doesn't get pregnant. Then there's fertility problems and she tries and tries again. And then she just gets to the point where she's so frustrated because she keeps getting negatives and she doesn't know what's going on. So they both go to the doctor, and it turns out that Kyle is actually very low in the fertility department. And so they have to look for different alternatives. And there was only one left. There was one shot left: artificial insemination. And they were hoping that it would work because this was the last step that they had, the last final attempt that they were going to make. And bingo, Carly's pregnant. And they could not be happier. And these two lovebirds are now waiting to welcome their baby girl or baby boy. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I have been working on this family, and you know, if you guys watch my stream, you guys know that I've been trying to get back into The Sims, not full-time or anything, just, you know, wanting to play The Sims when I want to. And you guys know me, I'm not ever really in the box type of person. I like to play different games. I don't want to be known for just one thing in particular, and that's why I kind of shied away from Sims for so long, amongst other many reasons. But I'm happy to be back to play casually, so I'm happy about that. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on this family is. I really like this family. You know, it's simple, it's easy, it's something that I can get myself into playing The Sims again. Like, I didn't want to go too crazy with the storytelling. I didn't want to add grandma, grandpa, and all that jazz. Maybe I'll do that later, but for right now, I'm really liking this family so far. I enjoy playing with them, but let me know what you guys think. And if you guys ever want to watch me play them in real time during stream, I'll be streaming here on YouTube. So go ahead and press over to my lives and you will see all the streams that I've done with them so far, and you can help influence my decisions there. We do polls in there to see if I want to do this and do that. So if you want to be a little more hands-on, then go ahead and join my live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what are your thoughts, who's your favorite family member so far, and of course, give me baby names. I need a baby name, both girl and boy. So go ahead and drop all those below. I will see you guys in a live or the next video. Bye bye, and thank you so much for watching. I want to take a moment to thank my members, especially the super subs, the boosted subs, and of course, my moderators. Thank you so much for your love and support. I always appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!